training. Now, the first thing is this: when you download a database, how do you get it into SQL Server? That is the first point of call. To get your database into SQL Server, what will you do? Just right click on the database and you say you want to restore. You only restore a database backup. You only restore a database backup. So let me go to my browser. Let me quickly open Microsoft Edge and let's look for that database again. So Microsoft Adventure Works DW 2019. So I want to download this Adventure Work DW 2019. So it's taking me to the sample database. That's docmicrosoft.com. So let's see, docmicrosoft.com. Down, this is the database. We have all of them. Now, it depends on the version of SQL Server that you have. If you have 2019 version of SQL Server, you can download this or any of these, no problem. But if you are running 2016 version of SQL Server and you download 2019, you may not be able to restore this backup into the previous version. But all these old ones, you can easily restore them into the new one. So let's download this small one because of time. I just click on Adventure Work LT 2019.back. So I've completed the download. So I will go to the folder. So anything you download by default is supposed to come to my download folder. And because it's a backup file, Microsoft SQL has this folder dedicated for backup. So this is the file. Now, I can copy this file, right click. I can copy this file from my download folder into the folder for backup for Microsoft SQL Server. And I'm doing that, copy. Now, where is that folder? On your C drive by default, if you do not change the paths. So your Microsoft SQL Server engine is always in program files. From C, go to program files. From program files, then you can look for Microsoft SQL Server. I can launch Microsoft SQL Server. Then you will see a folder that looks like this. The contents just like this. But what I need is Microsoft SQL. This is Microsoft SQL 10. That is the old version, 2008. But I'm using the latest version, 2019. That is MS SQL 15. You can see any other version here, no problem. So I will open up the MS SQL. You can see MSAS, that's analysis service. You can see MSIS, that's integration service. But the one we need is MS SQL. So Microsoft SQL, let me open the MS SQL folder again. From here, all my database by default, these are all the database I have running presently. And if you observe, there are two of each of them. Adventure World 2019, you have 2019, and again, that same name with a log. This is a log file, and this is your main database. So, but I'm not going there. I'm going to backup. This is my backup folder. Any file you want to restore or any backup you take by default, if you come to this folder, you will see that backup there. And any file you intend to restore, you can put it here. If you come to this folder, you will see it there. So let me just wipe off the content of this backup. So, and let me paste what I just downloaded afresh. Let me paste it here. This is the only thing I have in the backup. Adventure Work LT 2019 bracket open 1 bracket close. Or should I give it a better name? Let me rename it. New. Let me just add new to it. NEW. That is the new one I just downloaded today. So the question is back to my SQL Server. Assumption, I don't have it here and I need it to come to my SQL. Since you've set up your SQL server and you can connect to your server, you have these databases. Right click on the databases, then go to what? Restore. Restore helps you to bring back any backup you have taken or any backup that is given to you. A client can take a backup of their database and give it to you to go and work on. So once you get the backup, first and foremost, make sure you locate the backup folder, dump it there. It's not a must. You can work from anywhere, but I always recommend let all backup files be in the default backup folder and all your database be in the default database folder. So I will right click and I will say restore. When I hit restore button, what will this do for me? It will bring me up to this dialog box and it's asking me where is the restore coming from? It's coming from a device. Where is the device? I can click on these three dots, the ellipse, and then it brings me here that please can you add the backup media? When I click on add, by default, can you see it has taken me to that default folder? By default, this is a file. So that is why I said I would recommend dump it there so I can easily pick up your file and use. But you can actually navigate to wherever you have it. You are free. So since I've dumped it in the default folder and this is the database I would like to restore, all I need to do is to click on OK, hit OK button again. It's telling me it's going to restore the backup. And when it's restoring the backup, the name of the database is, this is the database name that this will actually go into. And the destination is the same name. So, but if I want to say, okay, destination, please call it SQL Saturday Adventure Walk. SQL Saturday Adventure Walk 2019. The name is getting bigger. Okay, let's leave it. And I will say what? I am okay. So restore database. So it's flagging an error that it actually failed restoring my database. So I can get the detail by clicking here. Let me use the default name. So using the default name, database adventure work restored successfully. It has actually restored that database. So database adventure work LT. So I have it here now. Now with my database, what is the content? Once you restore it, you can check out the content. For example, I have another database here called electronic sales. The folder we are talking about, this is the default backup folder. Only thing I have here is adventure work, and I want my electronic sales to go in there. I can right click and say, please take a backup. If anybody requests for a backup of your file, how do we manage it? Right click on that database you've created, you are working with, the one you want to take the backup. Once you right click, go to task. On that task, you will see backup. Once you click on backup, this will tell you it's ready to take a backup. But check the path. Is that same path our default path? And I'll say, please, I'm okay. Go with a full backup. I am okay. So at this point, he has successfully taken a backup of that file. So I'll click OK, go to that folder. I will see this file there. I can decide to share this file with any of us. Now, guys, you can work with this file, or let me even do that straight away. Can I do that from Teams? For those of us that want to practice along, please feel free. Where will I share my file? Under charts. Come on, I don't say file here. Okay, so let me come here to files and upload this file for us. Add. No, where is my file? Right click. Upload from my PC, from that folder. Where is that folder? C, program files, SQL Server, where are they? Microsoft SQL backup. So let's play with another file. This is much more simpler for all of us to play with. So I'm uploading a backup file for us to interact with at the moment. So it's just 10 megabytes. If you can drop the BAK backup file on your system, that would be nice. So now, as I've done that, let's start working with the file, either Adventure Work LT or electronic sales. So under the Adventure Work LT, let me see all the tables we have there. There are actually a couple of tables there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. About 10 tables we have there. But this one, I think I only have one table to make life easier. Yes, the sales details is just one table. So permit me to go with what I have on the sales detail. So how do I check the content of the database? Once you have restored a database, to check the content, open up the database like this. When you open it up, expand the table. The table contains your record, all the records. They are all in the table. I only have one table here, and the name of my table is sales_detail. There is a schema that manages it. That schema is DBO. Let's compare with Adventure Work. The Adventure Work has several tables here, but the schema is sales LT, not DBO. Sales LT dot products description, sales LT dot product, and so on. But I want to see the content of some of those files. Now, to see the content, just right click. For example, customer. Let me see my customer detail. Right click and say select top 100, 1000 rows. These are the top 1000 rows, but it's not up to 1000. The total transaction there is 847 rows. Those are the total number of customers I have. I can see their title. I can see their name, first name, middle name, last name. I can see all these details, even with their email address. I can see so many details about this. So the same thing, I want to check the content of this electronic sales database. It only has one database. I can right click and say, please, can you give me, select the top 1000. This is the top 1000 record. So 1000 row. That means most likely the content is more than 1000. So far, we've seen how to get a backup and restore it into our database. And I've given you some of the tips. You cannot be running on old version of SQL Server and you want to restore most recent version of backup, because the backup I've given to you is 2019. So somebody may need to ask me, how will I know the version of my SQL Server? So please, when you open SQL Server, you can come to new query, just say select. Select what? @ sign, @ version, @ version. Run this script. This should tell you detail about your SQL Server. I am running SQL Server 2019 RC1-15.0.1900.25. So 64x64 as at August 6, 2019. Copyright Microsoft Corporation Developer Edition. He even gave me the edition. He gave me all the detail I need to know about that file. So please feel free to check out your version. And once you know the version you are running, then you'll be able to manage errors that might come up. So if you are not running 2019, so the backup, go and get a backup that will fit your version. So thank you very much. Now, I'm done with this. I've checked my version. I want to use a database. Please, when working with SQL Server, you might have several databases. Like here, I have so many databases here. I want to switch to another database. To switch, please, you can't be on a database and try to check the content of another one. You must switch to that database. From here, I can drop down this arrow. I will see all my databases. I want to go to electronic sales. It's just a click away from. Once I click on electronic sales, I'm in electronic sales. I want to switch again to another database called movies. Once I click, I've switched to movies. So I can issue a command against this database and I will see my results at the bottom here. This is my result. These are messages that you might be interested in. One role affected, and this is your result. This is this place where you type in your query, and any query you type, you must execute that query for you to get a result or a message. So this is where you click on execute to execute, and against which database? Against this database. Now, with what I have here, I think we are good to go. So at the moment, I am on movie. I want to switch to another database. I told you is to come here and click, or you can just say, please, can you help me use? Use is another wonderful keyword to help you switch to another database. Can you use what database? Can you use electronic sales? You can type it or you can drag it and drop it in front. It will help you type it. Use electronic sales. I want to execute this instruction. I will highlight that instruction and click on what? Execute. Immediately I execute the instruction, at the top here, it's already telling me electronic sales. That means I've switched to electronic sales and command completed successfully. It will even give me the time it completed my instruction. So this is how you run query in SQL. Now, let us play with some SQL query. Because we are data analysts here, we will not be doing things around creating database, inserting, deleting. Most of our work will be around DQL, data query language. We'll just be querying our database, and the command we'll be using more is the select command. Please, anywhere you can learn, please, on YouTube, on everywhere, please learn more around select command. As data analysts, that is where the concentration will be. I want to select what? How do select statement work? Please, select statement is simple and straightforward. You say select what? You mention the columns. Column 1, comma, column 2, comma, up to the last column. All the columns you will need from that table. Electronic sales database, there's a table there called sales details. Let me expand it. Sales detail has some columns. Can you see them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I am free to mention the names of all the columns. I will now say from where? You must mention, you are picking this column from somewhere. What is the name of the table that contains those columns? The name of the table is this, sales detail. Can you select some columns from me from the table? That table, sales. I'm getting a feedback. Please, can you mute yourself? Okay, so thank you. Now, I'm selecting the following columns from where from a table called sales detail. You are free to mention the table. Now, let's try this out. I want to mention just few columns here. I want to mention order ID, comma, order date, comma, what else? Unit costs. I don't need the unit cost. I need the order quantity, and the channel. I need just 1, 2, 3, 4. I've mentioned 4 columns. From where? From this place. This is all I need. Execute. He has given me the instruction. I want to see the message. He has done this for 1,500 rows. Fantastic. Within few seconds, I have them here. So if I scroll down this list, I will see the work. Select, pull out this from this table that is in this database. But let me cause trouble so that we can see and learn. I want to select the content of that adventure work LT. The tables there. There's a table called customer. I want to pick the content of this. Now watch. I can say select. Select what? Select everything, all the columns. Or let me see if there are so many columns there. Wow, there are a lot of columns there. Select all the columns. If I want all the columns, please don't say all columns. It's not, there's no command like that. I will say select asterisk, shift 8, asterisk star. This means all. If you don't want to mention the column one by one, you can just say star. Select all the columns. From which table? From, there is a table called customer table. And in the formula, they have issued my command. I can also put star here, please observe, so that you won't say because there's no star here. Select star from this. Let me execute this and let's see. Execute. That is all. He has picked more than 4 columns. He has given me all the columns. But if I try to execute this, it's telling me invalid object name. Within electronic sales, I'm looking for one object called sales LT customer, but it's not there. So please, the instruction, I can't see the object named this. It's because I am not within the space. But permit me to switch over to Adventure Work LT, I think. I want to switch to Adventure Work LT. And now let me execute this second one, the second instruction now. Execute. Now it's responding. He has given me the answer. But the first one that was working before, let me execute it. Execute. This will give error because I am not within Adventure Work. There is nothing like sales detail. Now, I hope this is clear. You cannot be in a database and you still want to work in another. But what if, as a data analyst, the database they gave to me, they gave me Adventure Work and gave me electronic sales. I want to work with both and I don't want to be switching. What can I do? In that case, you do what you call full data object description. Full data object description. So don't just say select star from dbo.salesDetail. This dbo.salesDetail is coming from where? Mention where it's coming from. It's coming from a database called electronic sales. It's coming from a database called electronic sales. I'll first mention the database. After that, I'll put a dot and then mention the schema, then mention the name of the table. Despite the fact that I am in Adventure Works, if I run this instruction, it will respond easily. So I am in Adventure Works, but I am executing a command that is in electronic sales database just because I gave it a full data description. So this one, I can also give it its full data description. Adventure Work LT. That's the name of your database. Dots. I can run. I don't care. Let me be anywhere. I don't care. Let me even go to another one. Go to master. I don't care where I am. But this instruction will run without stress because I have given it a full data description. So far so good. I hope this is clear. Now, let us do some serious data analytic work and finally connect what we are doing to Power BI. So where will I go to? Let me go back to electronic sales. Let me use my electronic sales data. Let me execute my command again. This command is executed. Now, within this command, somebody now asks a simple question. Can I see the total quantity that was sold? We have other quantity here, one by one. The man is not interested in one by one. We have 15,000 record here. Give me the total. How will I go about it? So guys, this is where you start doing your small data analysis work using SQL scripts. I can just say select for me. What are you selecting? I'm selecting order quantity. Order underscore QTY. From where? From my database, from electronic sales detail. Good. If I run this line, this is not what the man needed from me. This is showing me the order quantity one by one until the end. The man said the total quantity we have sold out from this company. Can I see it? All I need to do is say, look, don't just give me the quantity. Can you help me sum this quantity for me? Let's see how this will look like. The total sum is 251,130. 251,130. If I'm seeing clearly, permits me, I'm not with my glasses. So that is that. Now, there is a feedback from Wale. Okay. Now, so that is that about that. I can issue a command that will help me sum, aggregate for me the quantity. Or the management said, look, don't give me the sum. Can't you give me on the average? If a customer should step into our warehouse or our store, on the average, how many quantity will that customer live with? So I want to see the average. I can just say AVG. It's another aggregate. Let me execute this. Tell me, on the average, a customer is buying 17 pieces. I love this. Or in total, how many transactions have we issued out? How many transactions have we done? This time, no. I thought this is average, AVG. And this is, I want this to be count. Go ahead and count for me. Go ahead and count for me all the other quantities. All the quantity you see there, count them. Don't sum them. This instruction is different from sum. Let's see the results. There are 15,000 other quantity. This one is, don't count them, sum them for me. After summing all the quantity, I got 251,130. And on the average, what are we doing? We are doing 16.74. I mean 16.7, that's 17. So this is good. Now, we can do some aggregates. We can even do some pivoting from here, some grouping, lot of things. So please, I will recommend do your study about select statement in TSQL. The script we are writing here, please don't make mistake. The script we are writing here is called TSQL. There are other, TSQL is the script language for Microsoft SQL Server. And if you are using other tools like Oracle, Oracle is PL/SQL. That is its own script language. This is for Oracle. And that is not all. Other ones, we have some other flavor of SQL, but they all look alike. The same select statement is what you use. If there's any variance, it's very minute, it's very small, so you can research it. There are other databases like My Sql, PostgreSQL, MySQL, PostgreSQL, IBM DB, many of them, please. Anyone you find, even Microsoft Access is another beautiful database, but is not as powerful as all these big ones. So that is that. Some of them are free, like MySQL is free, so but it's not, it's so powerful. So you can actually leverage on any of them for the purpose of practice or implementation. So that is just by the way. So you can read more on TSQL or SQL generally. SQL is structured query language. That is the standard. So that's the standard by ASCII. But L company, Microsoft, modified the SQL and came up with their own flavor, which is TSQL. Oracle did the same thing, and so on and so forth. So let's leave these guys alone. That's theory. Let's go into practical. So I've seen the quantity that was the total quantity we have sold out as a company. This is massive. The company now decide, our data analyst, don't just tell us we sold out this quantity. Can you tell us based on each of the channel? I want to add channel to the instruction. Let me see how much quantity we are able to push out by channel. Select for me not only the sum of the quantity, I also need channel to be beside it. Give me channel and also sum the quantity. When you are summing the quantity, give it a name. Because if you see the answer here, no column name. So please give it a name as. Anytime you have as is like alias. So instead of saying no column name, it was going to use the name you put here. So as total quantity, as total QTY, total underscore QTY. So this is good. I can put this instruction, I can put it here. That look as total quantity. If I run this instruction alone, observe, I highlight before I execute. If I just execute, you run all the instruction here from beginning to the end. So I highlight and I execute. It's telling me total quantity is this. What of the average quantity? On the average, I can also put as, but instead of total here, I can change the name to what? Average. On the average, this is the quantity we are, because the function here is average. So this is good, and the name is showing at the top. So yeah, I want to see the channel and the what? And the sum of quantity, other quantity. But when you are summing it, say total quantity. Total quantity from where? This instruction. This is not a complete instruction. If I run it, it's not yet complete. Why? Because you are using aggregate with a column name. Please, you must complete your instruction by saying group by. When you are done with this thing you are trying to do, help me group your results. Group your results by using the channel. Group your results by channel. This is good. So it's going to group the results by channel. Let's see the results, how it looks. It's telling me channel and what? Total quantity. Each of the channel, I can see each row. The first row is telling me online. That means if I check the data, there is under the channel, there is online. This is the total quantity that was pushed out from online. This is the quantity that was pushed out from reseller. This is the quantity that was pushed out from store. This is the quantity that was pushed out from what? From catalog. In total, I should get the total I got here. Let's quickly do a check. I love doing check when I'm writing scripts, especially for beginners. So let me open my Excel. Microsoft Excel. Come on. So, and what will I do is just to click on this corner here to highlight or right click. Anytime you want to copy from SQL Server results to Excel, please always copy with header. I say it again, copy with header so that the header can go with your data. So where is my Excel file? Okay, so on my Excel file, please right click and paste what I copied. Good. So after pasting, I want to sum this place and get my answer here. So I issue my sum, and this is 251130. If I go back to my SQL Server, I should have the same results. Let me check what we have here. Execute 251130. That is the breakdown of this. Now, let's assume the data you are intending to analyze. The manager did not need the detail. This is all they needed from you. And I want to take this to Power BI. This is just 4 rows. But the original data, let me execute it. Original data is how many rows? Is 15,000 rows with several columns. Now multiply the columns by 15,000 rows to tell you each of the elements here. And if each element is 1 kilobyte assumption, look at the way you are going to kill Power BI and kill performance of your work. If what the management need is just this is what they need. Why not just tell Power BI to connect to just this instead of the entire database? That is one way to optimize performance. So guys, let me just spend the last 3 minutes to connect Power BI to my work. From Power BI, please help me get data. Where are thou? Get data from SQL Server. From SQL Server, what's the server name? Okay, let's go back and check our server name. Our server name is always the name at the top here. This name here is your server name. Database, open. These are your databases. If you open it, you can now see your table. These are your tables or view. Some database may have views apart from tables. So good, but I need the server name. How will I copy this name? That's another problem. To copy the name, don't stress yourself. You can right click and you see connect. You will see a plug at the top here, this icon like a plug. It's called connect. The one beside it is disconnect. I'm not disconnecting, I want to connect. Click on connect. Server name. The name in front here, that is your server name. Right click and copy that name. So, but don't worry, I just need the name. I've copied it. Go back to my Power BI. My server name, that is it. My database. The database I'm talking about here. Let's go back again. Our database, look at it. This is it here. So I like dragging it to my work. Let me drag the database here. I can just copy it from here and go and paste it there. Control C. That's the database I'm talking about. So I'll come back here and paste my database. Control V. Do you want me to import the data here for you, or I should establish a direct query? I think one of our modules, we've talked about this inside out. So, but for this class, let me just talk about imports. Import the data into this place for me. Advanced option. Do you want me to bring the entire table, the 15,000 record? Imagine if the record is now 15 billion. That is how some of us will bring it into Power BI. And by the time our clients start using our work, they will now start complaining. When what they just needed is on channel, let me see my channel performance. Why not complete the script and just copy the script and put here? For now, don't let me put the script there. Let me bring everything. and you will see how dangerous this can kill your system. But 15,000 is not much. But in your mind, assume this is 15 trillion transaction. Then you understand what I'm talking about. So let me click on OK. So it's establishing a connection to the database. So it should tell me to put in my username and password to be sure. I've done that before, so it's not even disturbing me. So it's telling me that, look, I've opened up that database. I saw electronic sales there. Oh, the electronic sales, when I pick it, this is the content. Can you see how massive this content is? Then I will say load or transform. Now I'm pulling in 15,000 transactions. They are coming. Tomorrow, maybe they will arrive. If it's so heavy, it will take time. Can you see this? Can you see this? Finally, it has arrived. Let's assume it took about 10 seconds to get here. But what I'm saying is this: I don't need to follow this route to get my work done. All I can do is I just needed that summary as I have executed here. It's just to copy the scripts. That is all. Copy my scripts and go back to PowerBI. So close, don't bother to load this. This is killing. This will kill my system. Discard. Yes, I don't need it. Now I'm connecting again. Connect to where again? To SQL Server. Every other thing remains the same, but I just want to put my script. The script says select channel and quantity as total quantity from this table. But what is the name of the database? Electronic sales. Where's my database again? The name of the database is electronic sales. Copy. And my server is Deji Jaire. That is my server. The name of this is electronic sales, and my server is Deji Jaire. So at this point, I am done. I will just hit my OK button. Look at what it's bringing in. It's just bringing in 4 rows. Transform. This will load in a matter of seconds. Simple. Simple. And I will not kill the performance of my system. If this is what you want, why not learn how to use SQL scripts and optimize the performance of your work? So, team, thank you very much. So I will like us to ask questions at this point. Please, if you have any question on what we've done so far, please feel free to ask your question. If there's a question, please raise your hand. Let's discuss. If you have challenges, let's discuss. And let's see how we can optimize this opportunity. Okay, Franca, you are recognized.
Okay, thank you. Is it possible to share my screen, because I lost you when I was at the first stage when you were pulling up the database and setting it up?
Okay.
Yeah.
So
yes.
Franca,
Can I share my screen?
You can share your screen. Shoma,
Okay.
You can ask your question now. Shoma, over to you. Any question from Shoma?
Thank you, sir. So my question is, what's the icon for views on database?
What is the what?
The icon for
The
views.
icon.
You talked about tables and views on your database.
Good.
So how do you know the views?
Okay. Now, views from your database, your view is always under view. It's not under table. Your table is under table. Your table contains the real record. View is just part of the record. So your table, under the table in your database, you will see your tables there. Under the view, you will see view. But when you get to Power BI, the icon for database and view, they are different. They are not the same. So maybe I can quickly show you when we leave here, so that you can know the difference, how to identify a table from a view when we get to database. So I'm going to show that to you, Shoma. So let's see. Franca, now let's see your view.
So is it program files I go to?
Yes, go to program files.
Okay.
From program files, if you have SQL Server running, you see Microsoft SQL Server. That's it. Microsoft SQL Server. Beautiful. Open it. Now, which version? You are running Microsoft SQL Server 15. And you're also running the Express. You are running 2 versions of SQL Server. So I don't know the one you want to put your backup. So the choice is yours. But let me see. Launch your SQL Server first. Let me see the one you are working with before you paste it. Both of them will have backup. Oh, if you open this. When you open it, you will see backup. You can paste it here. If you go to the other one also, you see backup there. So you can paste it on both, but it's good to know the one you are using, the one you are not using. So continue, click on continue. It's just a warning sign that you are going to a sensitive folder. Continue, paste your work here, and you are good to go. So, Franca, I hope I've answered your question.
Okay, so my work will be the adventure.
Yeah. Anyone, if it's adventure work you want to use, I also send one to you, electronic sales. You can also
I downloaded them. So, this is the adventure work.
Feel free to play with all of them.
Okay, so copy it and paste.
Copy, because it's a backup, go and put it in that folder, then go to your management studio and restore it. That is all.
Okay, copy and paste.
Copy from here and paste in that folder. That is part 1. Part 2, go to your management studio and restore the database. That is all.
Okay, all right, thank you.
So try it out. If you have issue, please, you can still draw our attention back there. So, any other question, please? Thank you. Any other question? Guys, let's ask our question.
So you are going to show us the difference and the icon for view.
Okay. So thank you for reminding me. Back to my screen. Confirm you can see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let me quickly check out the database again. Adventure Works 2019. Open it. Look at, when I open Adventure Works 2019, look at table, look at view. If I expand this, these are tables because they are under table. If I expand view, these are views. Views, they are just this script. This select statement I type is a view. What this result you are seeing here is a view. So view is just to extract, to manipulate your table. So it's not really a real table. I can call it a logical table or part of your table. Now, these are different views. I want to see the view. Just come here, right click, and say the same way it's like a table. This is the view. So this is the content you are trying to see. But let me see the select statement in the view. Right click here and come to scripts or go to design. Any of the two will show you the script behind that. Look at the script. So for those of you that really want to learn SQL, you know that the journey is far. Look at the script that is showing you that result. It's selecting all these columns from where, and it's joining itself to another table and so on. I don't want to go into join for now, but read it up. One day you will get here. Now, this is actually talking to more than one table. Can you see? This is about, in fact, it's even more than, let me scroll down. Can you see all the tables? 1, 2, 3, scroll up, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is combining 7 different tables together to give us that result we saw. And somebody will just see the result and say, wow, this is good. It's good, but there are a lot of SQL scripts behind it. So I can now copy this script and go and use. Now let's see how this will appear in Power BI. So I want to work with this view, not a table. This view called Human Resource V Employee. That is the table I want to work with. So, I mean, the view I want to work with, not the table, the view. So I told you you'll be working more with Select as a data analyst. So all I need to do from my Power BI is I want to get a data from SQL Server. The name of the server is Deji Jaire. The database is Adventure Work, if I'm not making mistake. Quickly, come on, run there. The name of the database is Adventure Works. Copy it. Good. And go back to Power BI. The name of the database is Adventure Works. Pull in the database. Now, I can actually copy the scripts. That script I saw there is allowed. I can copy this script here and paste there. It makes life easier. It makes Power BI excited to perform very well. But so that I can show you the difference between scripts, view and table, I will not use the script. I'll just say OK. Once I click on OK, this one with double icon, they are view. View means I'm picking part of from a table. But if you scroll down, this one with just a single icon with line inside it is a table. So Shoma, this is how to differentiate a table from a view. In fact, there is also function. Yeah, I can pass in a function as well. So function, table, and view. That view we are talking about, this is the view. So from here, I can now say, guy, I'm good to go. This is the view I want to work with. Transform it for me, and I move on from there. So this is far better. So, Shoma, have I been able to answer that question?
Yes, sir. Very well, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Any other question, please? Okay. So at this point, I hope we are adding value. So this section we finish next week.
Check your chat. That's some questions there.
Oh, shucks. You did not draw my attention. Thank you very much, Sheyi. Okay. I don't know how far the question has started, but let me just see. I can't see your screen, sir. Anna, oh, I'm sorry. You can also always fall back to the recorded version. Shooks, please try to make the recorded version available on our WhatsApp chat and the Telegram chat so that people can run back to it. Okay, Shooks Assad, he said disconnect. Okay, good. I can see, okay, Sheyi. Do I have to always run script on SQL or just run it on Power BI? Wow. So the question is, on SQL, you can run your script directly from Power BI if you know what you are doing. But I always enjoy seeing it first on SQL. Like this script, right click, execute. Execute, see the result first from here. So when you see the result from here, oh, this is what I need. Okay, if there's something you don't need, I can take it out. I can add more. So this gives me more flexibility before I now take it straight to Power BI. So that's a good question. So, but if you have a complex script like this, run it first, just copy the script. Once you run it and it's working here, forget about this. Copy it and then go and use it in Power BI. So that is all you need to do. So your script can come from Oracle, it can come from IBM DB, it can come from PostgreSQL, it can come from MongoDB, I don't care. But from that platform, check out your script very well, because you might be struggling in Power BI to solve some errors that are not really major errors. But if you have seen the results from here, that will give you a clue that the problem is minor. You can easily manage it at that point. So Sheyi, I think that I've been able to answer that question. So if not, you can still raise your hand and ask. I have another question. Sir, can we have a copy of the database that you have used? Okay. So the database I use two databases. One is AdventureWorks. The other one is Electronic Sales. The Electronic Sales is my own database. The AdventureWorks, I got it from what's it called? from Microsoft sites. So on this platform, let me drop both of them there. I have already dropped electronic sales.back. Please observe .bak, that's a backup. And also let me drop so that you may, in case you don't want to go to the net to download the adventure work, let me just drop it here for us. Oh, it's in download folder. It's in my own download folder. Adventure works. This is it. So good. So I have the two of them on the chat at the moment. So you can always drop it from the chat, and I can drop it on WhatsApp group. So I will drop it on WhatsApp group. You can pick it also from the WhatsApp group. So thank you very much for that question. So Isiaka Popola, so I appreciate. Sheyi, thank you. Thank you very much, Sheyi. I think I've been able to answer. So this is electronic sales. If you can scroll up the chat, you'll see it. And the adventure work is coming in. You'll get it very soon. Can the admin add my number to WhatsApp and Telegram group, please? So Shooks, do me a favor. So please, Gray needs to join the group. Can you drop the link here so that some of us can join the Telegram or WhatsApp group? So I have the link there for us. Let's use it. So any other question, please? Any other question? Okay.
Any other question?
If there is no question, I hand over to the coordinator. Shooks, over to you. And sorry.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah, the database, is it the same as the adventure works?
Yeah, the database is actually the adventure work.
Okay.
That's the database. We use two databases, as I said. If you can still see my screen, we use adventure work. It's on the chart. Look at it here.
Yeah. Yes,
and also we use electronic sales. It's also on this chart.
Okay, I think I came late. I couldn't see the electronic sales.
Okay, so don't worry.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see. Are you on the WhatsApp group or Telegram group?
I'm not. I tried to search for it. I can't see the link.
Shooks, please help me out. Or if anybody is on this call, sorry, I should know how to do this thing now. Let me check. I should not be disturbing Shooks all the time. Where's my WhatsApp? So let me look for it.
WhatsApp is filled up.
WhatsApp is filled up. Okay. So Jide, thank you. I'm happy Jide's on the call. Jide, please help me get the Telegram link and drop it here. So let's add the Telegram link. So you can, Isiaka Popola, please join the Telegram link. Gray, join the Telegram link so that you can always share. Let's share knowledge and let's see how things fly. So please, I want all of us to prepare for one big event that is coming up, and that is our West Africa boot camp. Is a cloud boot camp, and it comes up every year. So this year event, please, I need all of us to register for that event. I know you have been seeing the flyer. If you have not registered, please register and connect with your professional colleagues. Let them register for two major things, for knowledge base and for network. And there is a prize to be won. Don't let me let the cat out of the box yet. So, but the event is a 3 days event happening in November 26. November. Let me give you the correct date. November 26, 27, 28. November 26, 27, 28. Please try as much as possible to register for that event. I want to pull up my WhatsApp so that we can see the event we are talking about. So I know you'd have been seeing this Microsoft West Africa Cloud 2021 Bootcamp. Guys, register now for this event. So please, let us see how far we can go. You can look for this name anywhere. You will see the icon. We are talking about Azure. We are talking about .NET Framework. We are talking about Office, Microsoft 365. We are talking about Power BI. For those of you that want to design mobile app or web app, we are talking about Power App, Power Automate, Power Virtual Agents. And we are running 54 sessions with 54 speakers around the globe, 54 workshops at the same time for that 3 days. And you are also looking at virtual meeting. But guys, if you are part of the event, you are going to enjoy a free course. So one of my courses will be there. I'm uploading one of my courses there as well. So it's for you to have a nice time throughout the registration. So look at great people like Michael will be there. Oh, my picture is there. So I'll also be presenting. Sheyi is there. We have lots and lots of presenters within the country and outside the country. So thank you very much. So please try to be part of the event. We are going to drop the detail on that. And please, if you're on this call and you can speak, please, I will give you the speaker link. If you have a good topic around Power BI, it can be around SQL Server, it can be about technology that I've mentioned. Let me know. Let me send you the speaker link. Please.
I've dropped it for you. Registration.
Okay. Oh, okay. You've dropped the registration link. Oh, God bless you. Thank you very much, Sheyi. So
we're encouraging female to come on board. If you're a female and you can speak, I can hear you. I can please register your topic. We want female.
Franca, all the female in the house. Microsoft told us that they needed female speaker more. We should encourage more. So I don't mind dropping my slot for a female. Please, female speaker, let us hear you. Come up. Before that time, I can even give you a slot here. You thought to choose. Speak here on our platform, then ready to speak at the international platform. So this is the whole world will be looking at us, and it's coming up very soon. So thank you. That's the registration link. So guys, hit that button and move on. The second one is for speaker. Hit this button if you want to speak. Submit your topic, because by this week we'll be concluding the speakers, and I want to see you guys doing something great. Thank you very much. Shooks, over to you. Sorry for wasting your time, Shooks. Over to you.
No, not at all, because all this information are vital information for us, and I have also registered too. So let everyone register on this platform so that we'll be able to, it will be good if all the prizes that are won is being won by members of this group, so that we can do what we call pepper them. So thank you very much, everyone, for taking your time out to listen to us today. And thank you, Mr. Deji, for the wonderful section. And we hope to be here next week so that we'll hear the final round of this this series. So thank you very much. See you and bye.
Thank you very much. Bye. So should somebody raise issue on the chat? I don't know if it's on the call. So let's resolve this issue before we leave.
Okay.
So please, officially we are close. So you can go. For those of you that wants to resolve issue together, you are free to wait. If it's on the call, please let me know. If not, let us close.